Hello everyone and welcome back this afternoon. I hope you've been having a look around the Great International Craft Show 19. I hope you've enjoyed some of the classes that have been going on. Maybe picked up a few new classes that you haven't tried before. It's all about enjoying, and something that I love and really love doing is my paper craft. We have our new mini catalogue out and our celebration catalogue out at the moment. So this is amazing. If you don't have one, please private message me through my Facebook page at Teresa Brown Stamping, and I can post one out to you. That's not a problem. Now, when you place a $90 or $180 order, you can receive, or more, you can receive free products through our little celebration brochure. So this is amazing time to go shopping. It's amazing time to stock up on maybe your cardstock or ink refills, just ribbons, anything that you might want to stock up on. It's a really good time. Before you go traveling, you know, this is all about traveling, and I love the theme this year of traveling around, because you can travel the world around in card making by whatever you create. And our cards travel all over the place. My cards travel to Texas and to America and to England. So they travel around Australia, anywhere and everywhere. So card making is one of those things that we might not do the traveling ourselves, but they do travel across to people, and it makes their day. So without further ado, let's come down to our workbench. Excuse my hand for just a minute. Now, if you're seeing this beautiful glass mat down here, this is another thing through celebration at the moment. If you join, and why wouldn't you join at the moment? Check this out on page 17 of the celebration. The starter kit is amazing at the moment. Not only do you get your $235 worth of products of your choice, and you get this mat at a value of $106. It also comes with this palette, and it also comes with a cleaning cloth, which is amazing. The other thing that I really love about this is that you have a second choice. If you don't want the glass mat, you've got a second choice. So if you're interested in knowing more about joining my team and becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator, whether you want to do it to just save, be a smart shopper and save some money, or whether you want to do it for paying off that extra little bill that you have, that you can earn just a little bit of an income, which is a really great thing to help. Check out page 17 in the celebration. If you don't have it, you can download it on my shop at teresabrownstamping.stampinup.net, and you can download both catalogues on there as well. Now, I'm going to be sharing a Joy Fold card today, and it's one of my favorite fold cards, so I wanted to share that with you today. And it's 21 and 20.5 centimeters, or if you want to go by inches, it's 8 inches by 4.5 inches, or 11.5 inches. So it's a different size card, but it's one that I really, really enjoy making. We're just going to also score it at the 2.5 inches. Okay, so just score it at 2.5 inches and fold that over. I like to use my bone folder when I'm doing that scoring, and give it a nice crisp score going across here, just so that you just varnish it a little bit. I can put my corner back onto my glass plate, which is really good. I love that. Now, we've been using this beautiful Just Keying Designer Series paper, and I was going to use this side, but I've decided I'm going to use the pet side, because it's just, and that's the hence why I've gone with this beautiful, which colour is this one? Oh, Pecan Pie. I was going to say it's a pie. It's Pecan Pie. So, and I think that's really lovely, the pecan pie with this. And I just love that you've got the bunnies and you've got the dogs and the little bird on his head. I think that's really cute as well. But we're going to be covering some of that up, so it's not going to matter. So our mat, I'm just going to give you the Designer Series mat for the inside, is 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. So inches. So it's 5 1/4 this way, 4 1/4 this way. So we're going to stick that one down. I'm just going to use my Tombow glue. I love this liquid glue. It has two sides. It's got a base, a broad tip, which you can do, or you've got the fine tip up the other end. And a lot of people don't even realize that it has two ends to this glue, but it does. I like using the fine tip when I'm making my cards. I love using the broad tip or the bigger tip when I'm doing scrapbooking and I've got to put a lot of stuff down on a page. Okay, so bring this in. We're going to have a mat all the way around it. So just, oh, my fingers. And it is easier if you sort of have your card straight to do that. So that's really cute. And this is really cute because how many times do you go to make a card for a kitty and you really haven't got a lot of kitty cards around? The paper in this mini pack is just absolutely delightful. I think any child that's a little bit older, the 10-year-old to maybe up, would love this suite as well because they could cut out and mix and match what they wanted to. And I think that's the way they can use their imagination a fair bit as well. So I'm just going to stick this one down. Now this mat here for the front is oh, what's this one? Let me think. 2.5 by 2.5 by 4.5, 4 1/4. So 2.5 by 4 1/4. I'm sure I'm right. I'm just going to measure it. Make sure I am right. Yes, 2 1/4 and by 4 1/4. So I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right measurements. So you can sort of see that the Joy Fold card is a really lovely card because it comes out like this. It is a Joy Fold card. So we're going to sort of cover a little bit of the kids up on this. And this is why I was going to use the other side of the paper. But then I thought, no, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I still love it. So I'm going to bring this glue on the back. Now, the fold for the bottom is going to your left. So your fold is on your left. And the fold for the top is going to your right. Now we're going to place this down in the center of your card. And then that one's going to go across the top. So just make sure that you've got it nice and straight. And once you're happy with it, then you can press it down. Now on the inside is where you're going to do your words. So this is where we're going to stamp out our words. So you can, or write your message. So this little piece for our inside, for the white and for the Designer Series paper, because they're both the same size, okay? So this one is 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches. We put our white piece in the center for us to write on. That goes in with a little mat or a little border all the way around. Your score lines here, so you have got that same size border all the way around, and then that will close up like this. And then we've got our one that we're going to place on the front. Now, you can add more. You can even add this to the front if you want to, and then you can add a picture on the front as well. So you could actually die cut out a picture and put this on the front of this. So let's do that. So just changing it around a little bit. We're going to bring in the beautiful pink stars, or love hearts and stars on this side. So we're going to bring this in. And then we're going to grab out our dies over this side. Now, a great celebration stamp set that would go with this, actually coordinate with this, is this one here, the Jungle Pals. Now, this is for a $90 order. The dies are for a $180 order. But I can just imagine what's in with the dies, with the trees and the grass. And I've got a card here that I made up with the tiger on the front. So you can sort of see you've got the tree dies, you've got the grass, and you can just imagine all these little people on there as well. So instead of the tiger, or you can have both. So I think these two would coordinate really well. Now, I see the crocodile down here. I could see that sitting really well down in here as well. So you could sort of split him and put him in the bottom there and have someone looking down. So I think you could use your imagination so well with bringing in this stamp set from the celebration, which is a free one. So I think that would be a really lovely one to mix and match, because I'm all about mixing and matching, as you all know, or most of you would know if you know me. I love to mix and match my dies and everything. Okay, so let's grab this one out. And this one goes right around this one here. So you can sort of see this is going to cut this out for me, and I don't actually have to fussy cut this one. Okay, which is really great. Now, if you're not sure on holding it straight, you can always add a little bit of Post-it notes to it just to hold it down. So you could grab a Post-it note. Once you've got it in the position where you want it, that's stuck to my finger. Once you've got it where you want it, just move it around until you get it where you want it. And then you can come in with that sticky Post-it note and just hold it on in place like that. Just put it across the paper and a little bit of the die, and you'll be able to hold it like that. So let's grab our die cutting machine. Now this is the big one. I love both. I love the big one and I love the small one. So we're going to bring our plates over here. We've got plate 1, which is our base plate, place number 2, and then a plate number 3. And then you're going to put your image and your die. And then you're going to come in with another plate number 3 over the top. And then you're just going to wind that through. Okay, so wind this through. Really good. So we can take our little image off, and I'm just going to pop that back on there and wind it through a little bit just to hold it. Oh, lift it down. It's like doing weightlifting when you do that. Okay, so we're just going to take that off, and you can sort of see it's cut the picture out for us really lovely. And you can just get rid of the scraps. So we can actually raise this now up onto the front of our card. So this can be our feature on the front of the card. And I love that it's got the different border around it as well. It's sort of, you concentrate on just this part of the card. On the image, I mean, you're just concentrating on this image that we've cut out. which is this one here. This one also is in the stamp set, so that once you run out on the designer series paper, you can actually stamp them out and colour them in yourself. Now I'm going to use some dimensions on this, and I'm going to grab the bigger dimensions for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to put some around to raise this up. Now you can add more to this if you wanted to, like you could add ribbons and stuff to it, so I would do that before I stuck my designer series paper down. And I'm just going to grab a little one for up here on the flag. So you can sort of see the difference between the little one there and the big ones. They're quite big, and that's quite small. Okay, so this is going to go on the front here. Now you can add so much more to this too, and like I said, you could use that other stamp set to bring in as well the grass and the trees and the flowers. I think it would be really lovely. Trying to share with you as much as I can. Don't forget to join me over on my Facebook page during the Craft Alive times as well. And don't forget to check out my blog and my YouTube. So you can sort of see that now that's on there, and you've got this gorgeous card with all the little people on it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now you can actually put happy birthday or something on here as well. You can stamp right in the middle of your card if you want to, or you can put a tag on here. It's entirely up to you. But today I'm just going to stamp out happy birthday in the center of this. So I'm just going to ink this up. Don't press too hard on your stamps. Okay, it's your birthday, so we're just going to come in and stamp it's your birthday in the middle. And we have our beautiful Joy fold card. Now this is one of my favorite folds. It's a really simple one. Now I want to make this one now. This one's got the slide on it, and you can cut this up as much as you want or as little as you want. You can do it this size if you want to. I'm going to come in with my white cardstock on this one. Okay, now you can sort of see this one's quite big. It's 6 inches, so I don't want 6 inches. It's too much, so I need to trim a little bit off. So I'm going to trim half off the top, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I was sort of looking at it and thinking I'm going to have to cut a little bit off the bottom there. So this will cover the whole front of my card if I do that. And I think I'll go from the top again. So, and we'll cut it at 14. Let me see. Yep, we'll do that. We won't get as much tree, but that's okay. Okay. But we can see that the tire's hanging there. So this is 10.5. So I wanted it 9.5. So I can see that I'm going to be cutting a little bit off. So I'm going to cut down 0.5 off this side. I know I'm going to cut a little bit away at the ladder. And then I'm going to turn it around to 9.5 on this side. And I'm sort of looking and thinking, I might do it 10. That is 10, so I'm going to do... Yeah, I might have to cut some off the tire. And you just have to work out where you want to cut these pieces on these ones here. Okay, so on the ones that have got the design in the background for you. And then you've got to work out who you want sitting on top. And I sort of looked at this little girl and thought, well, she looks peed. She's finding it very hard to come down the ladder. So we're going to try her. I'm just going to quickly fussy cut her because she doesn't have a die. And we're going to try her up the top, but there's so many others that we can try up there if this one doesn't work. But I know she will. She'll look really cute. She's dressed up as a little dragon, and she's having a fancy dress day. And she's not happy because her tail's getting in the way. So use your imagination. Okay, so we're going to cut her out. Now you can just cut around the hair. You don't have to cut those little pieces out if you don't want to. You can just cut around it and make it a little bit easier for yourself. And she's so cute. She really is. She looks like she's asked for a lolly and someone said no to her. You know how little kids get that look on their face of disappointment? Like, I really thought you were going to give me one. Okay. And she's going to sit up on the top of the slide there, ready to go down. And she's just gorgeous. I mean, really, even though she's pulling her face, she's just so gorgeous. Okay, so just get our cardstock. And we can actually just cut this one at 14.5. And that's 21 across, so we can score it at 10.5. We're going to, oh, no, that wasn't. Let's just grab another one. Sorry about that. I should have measured it. I didn't because I thought it would be the 21. I picked up the other one. Okay, this is 21 centimeters, so we can do this one. Pays to measure. So 14.5. And because it's 21, we can actually score it at 10.5. Telling you the truth this time. There you go. Now, you can look at your card here and go, okay, this is going to sit on the front here. And you can sort of see it's got a bit of a border around it. If you wanted to make it a little bit slighter border, you can always cut the card a little bit smaller. Okay, instead of having it at 9, 10.5, you can cut it at 10. So just bring it up to the 10. So you can alter your card as well. If you just have it that little bit more narrower, that's fine as well. Okay, just so that you can fit your picture on, that you don't have to cut too much from your picture of this card. Now you can choose any of these colors that you've got here on the front for the inside of your card. And you know, that's what we need to do now, is have a look and see, well, what do we want on the front of the card? And I've got a lot of paper sitting over here, and I'm sort of thinking our blue. Yeah, I think the Starry Sky will go really well as our mats. So let's cut our mats for this one. Okay, so we're going to cut our mats at 14. So we're going to come down to 14. And then we're going to cut it at 10. And then 10 again. And then you're going to cut a white piece, the same size as your Designer Series piece. So we'll just grab that white piece that I had just a minute ago. No, I've got a different one here, that'll do. So we're going to line this up at 9.5. Cut this off. I can cut 2 out of this, so 9.5 by 13.5. And I'll get another one for another card out of that. Let's just do this one. Okay, so let's glue this together. So we can just glue the this one on to our mat. Oh, I just remembered I had cut this down a little bit, so I'm just thinking I'm going to have to cut that down just a little bit. That's all right. I just thought, oh, can't stick that on there because it's going to be different. So to make the inside look just as nice as the front cover, we need to put that paper inside. But remember, what did I do? I cut it down just a fraction bit more. It just doesn't want to go on straight. And can you tell why it's not going on straight? The little gold tip here is I didn't use my bone folder on it. And if you use your bone folder on your card, it will hold your card down a lot better for you to line up. Okay, so that is a real little gold nugget. Okay, now the inside is going to be a little bit wide. Okay, it's not going to be long, it's just going to be wide because I'm going to have to cut a little bit off this. So how do you measure that? It's quite simple by just measuring the inside of your card is 4. So we need to cut this now at 3 3/4 or 9.5 centimeters. And we need to cut that bit off. And we're going to have to do the same with this one. We're going to have to cut it off at 9. Or 3.5. So we're going to just stick this one on here. And this can go in the middle because I just made this card just a fraction bit narrower so that we didn't have to cut too much off that beautiful picture on the front with the slide and the swing. So pop this one in here. I can see grandmas having a lot of fun making these up for their kids or mums as well. So she's going to go on there. We're going to use, oh, excuse me, a couple of big dimensions on her back so she sits up. And you can sort of see there's not a lot of work in these, really. It's just fussy cutting. You could have her coming down the slide or you could have her sitting up on the top of the slide. It's entirely up to you where you pop her. And you can sort of see she's sitting up there ready to go down that slide. Okay, so let's bring this up. You can sort of see we have done 2 cards. We've done our Joyfold card and used our die cutting machine as well as our paper, and just showing you how to cut, fussy cut, and bring one on there. So if you have any questions, don't forget to go over to my Facebook page, Teresa Brown Stamping, and private message me, and I'm quite happy to answer you if you'd like to join my team. I will have links over there as well in my bio, but also on my my blog. You can always check it out there too. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye for now.